Hello, level 3. Welcome to our discussion in family health nursing. The family health nursing topic is a long topic. That's why we will be dividing this into two. And the first part would be the different theories, the different structures of a family, and the second part would be the creating of a family nursing care plan. So here is the first part of the family health nursing series. Okay, so let us start defining what a family is. Okay, so in here, I'm sure that we all have our own definition of a family. Okay, but we have to agree with one definition, and it is family is a basic unit in the society and shaped by all forces around it. Okay, so the family is the basic unit of society. Basically, para maka-create ta og isa ka society, um, the basic unit of that is the family. Now, when the families are grouped together, that's when we can form a society. And a family can be affected by a lot of factors. Okay? That's why naasi values, naasi beliefs, naasi customs. And when we say customs, mo ni katong nakasanayan na or naandan na sa family. Okay? This is what the family does regularly, okay, or every year. Okay, mo na yung mga customs. When we say beliefs, mo na ang mga pagtuo. Okay, a family share the same values, family share the same customs, and the family share the same beliefs, and we are all influenced by our family. So we also have here a definition that a family is a unit of interacting persons. Okay, so when we say interacting persons, we communicate with each other within the family. Okay, bound by ties of blood. Okay, kadugo, by marriage or by adoption. Okay, and it constitutes a single household, interacts with each other and their respective familial roles, and create and maintain a common culture. In the Philippines, we have this legal implication sa Filipino family. So, based on the Philippine Constitution, the family code would focus on religious, legal, and cultural aspect of a definition of a family. Section 1 states that the state recognizes the Filipino family as the foundation of the nation. Accordingly, it shall strengthen its solidarity and actively promote its total development. In Section 2, marriage as a inviolable social institution is the foundation of a family and shall be protected by the state. Now, in order to strengthen the solidarity and actively promote the total development of a Filipino family, that's why na-create ang family code. Okay, family code sa Philippines. Ang family code sa Philippines, it may be different from other countries. Okay, kada countries na atay mga gitawag nga family code. So, pwedeng lahi ang atong family code sa family code sa US or family code sa other neighboring countries. And It is also stated in the Philippine Constitution under Section 3 that the state shall defend the right of the spouses to found a family in accordance with their religious convictions and demands of responsible parenthood. So, pasabot ana, katungod sa isa ka magtiayon ang mag-create og ilahang pamilya, nga naa sila'y um, independence or na sila'y autonomy kung unsa nga religious sectors ang ilahang atuan or religious convictions ang ilahang pagasundon, and the demands of the responsible parenthood. By responsible parenthood, by responsible parenthood, this concerns the consideration, factors, or let's say conditions which have bearing on a family size, and included aning responsible parenthood, ang family planning methods, the different styles of parenting, or unsaon pagdala ang family, and the ability of the parents to detect the need of happiness and desire of the children, and helping them to become responsible children. Under Section 2 also, the right of the children to assistance including proper care and nutrition and special protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, cruelty, and exploitation and other conditions prejudicial to their development. Okay? So, ang best interest sa mga bata shall be paramount consideration in all actions concerning them. And kanipod siya, this protects the children from any forms of abuse, okay? Any forms of cruelty and exploitation. And the children is protected under kanang gitawag na tuog RA. Okay? We have the RA 7610. Where is that? Okay, this one. We have RA 7610, or that is the anti-child abuse law, and any violators of this statement manubag sa balaod. Okay, we have also number 3, the right of the family to a living wage income, and number 4, we have the right of families or family associations to participate in the planning and implementation of policies and program that affects them. Okay, so mao nang na-create ang family planning program because of this fourth statement in the section 3 of the Philippine Constitution. We also have section 4, the family has the duty to care for elderly members, but the state may also do so through just program of social security. Okay, so if ever na mo yung mga, or if ever ang family is na sila yung mga elderly, okay, so uh, katungod po sa elderly, or it is the responsibility of the family, the younger ones, to take care of the elders, okay, elderly members of the family. Now we have different types of the family. First, the family type according to structure. Okay, so ang family type according to structure, daghan siyang mga klase. Okay, let's first have the nuclear. Okay, ang sa nuclear nga type sa family, it's a composition of the father, the mother, and the child. Okay, or the children. Okay, they are kana silang mga members of the family mo na siya ang living together. Okay. Ang extended family, it is composed of the nuclear family, the mother, the father, and the children, and also other relatives. For example, the lola and the lolo, the grandparents, or the titos and the tita. Okay, that is an extended family. Ang single parent, okay, one parent, either divorced or separated or unmarried, or widowed male or female with at least one child. Okay, that is a single parent. Now, nasa tayo gitawag nga blended or reconstituted family. Ang blended or reconstituted family, it is a combination of duha ka family with children from both families and sometimes children of the newly married couple. It is also remarriage with children from the previous marriage. Okay, for example, kanang ang mama is na siya previous na family, Okay, ang papa pod kay na po siya previous nga family, then both spouses of the mother and the father kay namatay sila, and then they decided to combine their family. Okay, naghimo sila gilang lahi na pod nga family, which is the third family, that is a blended or constituted family. Okay, so pwede pod nga um ang pwede pod nga wala pay former family ang isa ka parent, dayon ang isa is na ana. So mag-create sila og bagong family together with the katong former family sa isa. Okay, or mga anak ba kaha. Okay, that is a blended or reconstituted family. A compound family structure na atay one man or one woman with several spouses. Okay, this is common in the Muslim community. So, ang Muslim community, they are allowed, or the male, okay, the father can have uh, two or more families. Okay, pwede na. Pwede nga papuy-on niya ang iyahang lahi nga family sa isa ka balay kauban sa iyahang first na family. Okay? Or pwede pod isa sila ka compound. Okay? Common na siya sa mga Muslim communities. But for Catholics, dili siya pwede. Okay? For Christians, dili siya pwede. Okay? Dapat isa ra jud. Okay? So, for the communal, okay, examples ani niya kay kanang mga bahayampunan, kanang foster homes, home for the aged. They may not be related by blood, pero they are living together as one community. Okay? And then we also have the cohabiting or cohabitating or the live-in. Okay? They are unmarried. Okay? Unmarried couple living together. Okay? Pwede nga naa sila'y anak, pwede nga wala sila'y anak. Basta kay unmarried sila, that is cohabiting or live-in. Ang dayat, husband or wife, or other couple living alone without children. Okay? Magtiayon nga walay anak. That is a dayat. Now, we have another type of a family. We have a gay or lesbian family in which a homosexual couple living together with or without children. Okay, homosexual couple, pwede gay, pwede lesbian, manaa or walay anak, pero they are living together. That is a gay or lesbian family. Ang no-kin, it's a group of at least two people sharing a relationship or exchange support who have no legal blood or tie to each other. Okay? Pwede na siyag mga magbarkada. Okay? Sa walay anak. Okay? They are not related by blood. Okay? But they share same relationship or exchange support. Okay? Mo na siya sa no kin. Okay? So, different siya sa dayad kay ang dayad is a married couple without children or without a child. Ang no kin, dili sila related by blood, dili sila related through marriage, but they are living together. Okay, pwedeng mga friends. Okay? And they share a relationship, friendship, and they exchange support. So foster, ang foster is a substitute family for children whose parents are unable to care for them. Okay? So, naisa ka family, pwedeng nag-adapt sila or nag-adapt sila permanently. Okay, nag-take care sila permanently sa isa ka bata. Okay? So, that's a foster family. Now, we also have another type of family according to function. Okay, natay duha. We have the family of procreation and then the family of orientation. Now, in the family of procreation, okay, it refers to the family you yourself created. Okay, for example, ako, nagminyo ako, na ako ang kaugalingon nga family through the family of procreation. Okay, ako ang kaugalingon. Ako ang ginikanan or kung asa ko ning gikan, okay, that's a family of orientation. Okay? It refers to the family where you came from. Okay? So, parehaan ng ako ang mamagpapa, ako mga igsuon, okay, mo na amo ang family of orientation kung asa migikan. Okay? Now, we also have a type of family based on the decision in the family or the authority. Kung kinsa tong mag-decide para sa family. Okay, so first we have the patriarchal or the patriarchal. Ang patriarchal is the full authority or ang full decision making is nasa papa or any male member of the family. Okay? It's on the father or any male member of the family, ang patriarchal. Ang matriarchal, the full authority is on the mother or any female member of the family. Okay? When we say any female member of the family, pwede ang kina the eldest daughter or the grandmother, pwede ang lola. That's for the matriarchal. Ang egalitarian is the husband and the wife, okay? They are the ones who are deciding for the family. Okay? Maski kinsa silang duha mismo, maski unsa kadako ang desisyon na gibuhat sa isa, plus ang desisyon nga gibuhat sa isa ka couple, kaya may combine na silang duha, that's an egalitarian decision making type of family. Ang democratic is silang tanan, okay? Everyone or everybody is involved in the decision making for the family. Okay? So, ang laissez-faire, okay, for example, ang laissez-faire kay pwede nga sila ang mo-decide para silang kaugalingon. Okay? Pwede nga, dili na siya magdepende sa iyang parents or di na siya magdepende sa iyang mga igsuon. The full autonomy is on the member of the family. Ang matricentric, okay, it is the mother who will decide or take charge in the absence of the father. Now, the difference between a matricentric, okay, the matricentric and the matriarchal is that in matricentric, it's only the mother who will decide. Okay, but in matriarchal, okay, the mother or any female member of the family. And it's the same with the patricentric. It is the father who will decide in the absence of the mother. Okay, ang sa patricentric, si papa lang ang mag-decide for the family. Pero sa patriarchal, father or any male member of the family. Okay? That's the difference between the two. Now, we have the type of family according to descent. Okay, we have the patrilineal, the bilateral, and the matrilineal. Okay, so sa patrilineal is the affiliates a person with a group of relatives who are related to him through his father. Okay, umaingon tag sa akong papa nga side. Okay, na-relate ko sa ako ang papa nga side. That's patrilineal. Kung yung kag matrilineal, yeah, related through the mother. Okay? Akong igagaw sa mama nga side. Or, let's say, akong tito sa mama nga side. Or akong lolo og lola sa mama nga side. Okay? So, that is for the descent. For bilateral, both the parents. Okay? Pwede sa papa nga side, pwede sa mama nga side. Okay? So, for the residents, it can be patrilocal or matrilocal. In patrilocal, the family resides or stays near the domicile of the parents of the husband. Okay? Meaning, nagpuyo sila dinha dool sa kung asa nagikan ang papa. Okay? Asa ang gigikanan sa papa. Okay? For example, in my case, we are from Ozamis, so, and my mama is from Jimenez. So, dinhiwi nagpuyo, patrilocal nga side. Okay? Meaning sa akong papa, okay, sa akong papa mi dapita nagpuyo, okay, nagreside. Kung if we decide to live also sa ako ang mama nga side, okay? So, matrilocal na ang tawag ana niya.
In one of the books authored by Ackerman, it is stated there are different functions of the family. Actually, he stated two. First of that is ensuring the physical survival of the species. So, as we know, ang primary function of the family is to ensure the continuation of society. Pwede siya biologically through procreation and socially through socialization. And producing an offspring is one of the function of the family. Second, we have transmitting the culture, thereby ensuring man's humanness. Now, how do we do that? First, we have the physical functions, or the physical functions of the family must be met through parents, okay? And ang mga parents, they are to provide food, clothing, shelter, protection against provision of bodily repairs after fatigue or illness, or through reproduction. Okay, and next to that is the affectional function. So, in affectional function, ang family, siya ang primary unit, okay, or ang primero nga unit in which the child, okay, the child tests his emotional reactions through of different factors that surrounds the child. Third to that is a social function. Now, what is a social function? So, earlier it was stated na one of the primary function of the family is to ensure the continuation of society, and doing that, socialization is one of the key. So, in social function, it includes social togetherness, okay, and also the fostering of self-esteem and personal identity. Okay, so kung naaman gani tawo nga mas dapat makaila sa ilahang mga anak, mao na ang mga ginikanan, okay, and the parents are there or para sila mo accept sa kung unsay preference sa ilahang mga anak, okay. So also, a part of the social function is to provide the opportunity for observing and learning social and sexual roles. Okay? So, mo ni isa sa pinaka challenging nga part as parents karon, unsaon nato pagpasabot sa ato ang mga gagmay nga mga bata, okay, katong mga growing pa nga mga bata, unsaon nato pagpasabot sa ilaha ang roles nila or ang social and sexual roles nila sa community. Okay, accepting the responsibility for behavior and supporting the individual's creativity as an initiative. Now, what is a Filipino family, and what is the characteristic of, or what are the characteristics of a Filipino family? So, typically, the basic social unit of a Philippine society, of the Philippine society, is the nuclear family. Okay, so kinsa ang mga naa sa nuclear family, mao ng the parents and the children. Okay, although the basic unit is the nuclear family, pero ang influence sa mga kaparintihan or the kinship is felt in all segments of social organizations. Maunang, Filipino families are very close with their relatives. Okay? Next to that is the extension of relationships and descent patterns are bilateral. So, meaning, pwede nga masuod ang isa ka family sa papa nga side, suod pod sila sa mother nga side. Okay? So, third is the kinship circles is considerably greater because of effective range often includes the third cousin. So, gina-consider nato ang pila pa ka nga degree, ikapila pa ka nga degree nga parenti or nga cousin. Okay? Igagaw sa igagaw nga igagaw. Okay? Fourth is we have the kin group is further enlarged by filial, spiritual, or ceremonial ties. Mo nang kung sa mga kasal or naay mga special gatherings, mga lubong, mga birthday, dili gyud na mawala ang attendance sa mga kaparintihan. Maski pa og asa nagpuyo adtuon gyud na. Okay, kay special para sa Filipino family ang presence sa mga relatives. Okay? Maingon pa, the Filipino marriage is not an individual affair, but it is a family affair. Okay? So, next to that is the obligation goes with this kinship system. Now, members. Next is we have the extended family has a profound effect on mga uncle. Okay? So, dili lang ang members sa nuclear family ang pwedeng maka-decide para sa family but also the other relatives, especially the elders, okay, na ana sila'y dako nga okay, para sa decision sa whole family. Okay? Seventh is there is a great degree of equality i-husband and the wife. So, more like dili lang ang mama or ang babayi or ang lalaki ang mag-decide sa ilahang family, more of egalitarian siya. Okay? So, ang decision making is naa sa mama, naa sa papa. Okay? And children not only has to respect their parents and obey them but also have learned to repress. Okay? So, kinahanglan nga respetoon ang mga ginikanan na i-obey. Okay? Kung ipapa ang masunod. Okay? So, lastly, we have the older siblings have something of authority of their parents. Okay? So, dili lang ang ginikanan ng maka-decide, okay? Or let's say, ang considering the family as a unit of care. Okay? So, first is we have the family is considered the natural and fundamental unit of society. Okay? The natural and fundamental unit of society ko. So, kung wala ang isa ka family, now we cannot create a society. Okay? So, second is the family as a group of generates, prevents, tolerates, and corrects health problems within its health members. So, kung kinsa man tong mag-atiman para sa tua or mag-remind sa tua to do this and that, especially in health problems. Okay? So, muna ang ato ang family. Okay? And we have the health problems of the family are interlocking. Okay? So, by this definition or by this statement, mura ba siya og connected? Okay? So, ang health problems kuno sa family somewhat interconnected or interlocking. Now, the family is the most frequent focus of health decision and action in personal care. Okay? We also have the family as an effective and available channel for much of the effort of the health worker. Okay? So, mo nang kung kung naaman gani laing tao or significant others nga pwedeng madiskusan sa mga health workers bahin sa present conditions isa ka patient, that is the family members. Okay? And sometimes pod, or most of the time, kung dili man maka-decide ang pasyente, now it is the family who will decide for the patient. Now, we have the characteristic of a family as a client. So, it says here that the family is a product of time and place. Now, ano makaingon ta nga the family is a product of time and place. Now, a family, lahi-lahi na sila, lahi o kinaiya ang isa ka pamilya sa isa ka lugar sa pamilya nga nagpuyo sa lahi nga lugar. Okay? So, it is different from other family who lives in another location in many ways. Okay? So, wadi ta makaingon nga na ay family nga pareha. Okay? Kay lahi-lahi man ang upbringing, lahi-lahi ang pagdala, lahi-lahi ang decisions nga nahitabo sa isa ka family compared sa lahi nga family. Now, a family also who live in the past is different from another family who lives in the present in many ways. Mo na makaingon ta, it is a product of time and place. Now, a family develop its own lifestyle. Okay? So, unsa ni nga mga lifestyle? Okay? Mga patterns of behavior. Okay? Kung unsay gusto nila nga pagpadako sa ilang mga anak. Okay? Unsa ang approach nga unsa ang approach nila sa ilahang anak, unsay approach sa mga anak ngadto sa mga elders or sa parents, and they also have their own power system. Now, the parents and children have their own areas of decision and control. Okay? Mo na sa isa ka Filipino family. So, dili tanan pareha, dili tanan sa papa lang mag-rely, dili lang tanan sa mama lang mag-rely, naapoy usahay ang isa ka family is ginakuhaan sad og voice, or let's say ginakuhaan sad og response ang mga anak. Okay. We also have a one member sometimes gains dominance over the others. Okay. Now, the family operate as a group. Okay. It is a unit in which the action of any member may set of a whole series of reaction within the group, and entirely whose inner strength may be it create a single supportive factor when one of its member is stricken with illness or death. Okay, so morning example ka ganina na if ever man gani na isa ka member of the family cannot decide on a certain health problem. Okay, so it is the collective response of the family ang kuhaon, okay, or decision ang kuhaon. Now, we have the family accommodate the needs of individual members. An individual is a unique human being who need to assert his or herself in a way that allows him to grow and develop. Now, sometimes the individual need and group needs seem to find a natural balance. So, how and when? So the need for self-expression does not overshadow consideration for others. Okay? Power is equitably distributed among the family members, and there is also independence. Okay? Independence is permitted to flourish, and the family relates to the community. So, naatay gitawag nga respect. Okay? So, the family develops a stance with respect to the community. Now, the relationship within the families is wholesome and reciprocal, and it utilizes the community resources and in turn contributes to the improvement of the community. So, kung naaman gani family who feel a sense of isolation from the community, so kinsa na sila, or unsa na nga mga instances, okay? They are those families who maintain proud, we keep to ourselves attitude, so maiyayahon. And they are also those families nga passive, okay, in taking benefit from the community without their contributing to it or demanding changes to it. Okay, so we also have the family has a growth cycle and pass through a predictable development chain stages. Now, we have the stages of family according to Duval and Miller. Okay, so stage 1, it involves the marriage. Okay, the marriage and the family. So, kinahanglan ang unsay kinaiya, okay, ang values sa both sides, sa mama o sa papa. Okay, they merge it. Okay, it involves the merging of values into the relationship from the families of orientation. Okay, so dili pod pwede na ang ipa-dominate na lang na values kay ang sa papa ra or sa mama ra kada, dapat na ay merging of values. Okay, so it includes adjustment each other's routines. Okay, so ang kaming yun dili gyud sa tanang panahon kuan lang, labing-labing lang. So, kinahanglan mag-adjust. Okay? Like, in the case of sleeping, eating, or doing the chores. Okay? Sometimes sexual and economic activities. Okay? So, both partners. So, members must work to achieve 3 separate identifiable tasks. We have to establish a mutually satisfying relationship. Okay, after we establish a mutually satisfying relationship, we learn to relate well to their families of orientation. Okay, and if we learn to relate well to their families of orientation, mo na dayo nang we engage in the reproductive life planning. So, pwede na dayon decide whether to have a baby or not ang isa ka family. Now, next stage, we have the early childbearing families. Okay, so kaning mga early childbearing families, okay, nani mga less than 5 years old, okay, we have the panganay, okay, which is 1 to 2 to 1.5 years old. Okay, ang sa early childbearing family. Okay, pwede nga through birth mag-anak sila or pwede nga mag-adapt sila. Okay? Diri sila mag-start. Okay? Mag-start na sila og raise sa ilahang gamay nga family. Now, we have the third stage, the family with preschool children. Okay? So, kanina siya is nakaingon ta nga sugod nagka-busy ang isa ka family kay naanay mga kinahanglan nato nga i-provide labi na kung nag-start na og eskwela ang bata. Okay? So, the oldest child is around 2.5 to 6 years old. Okay? Sa family with preschool children. Now, we have the stage 4, the family with school-age children. Okay? So, ang parents ani niya na sila dako ang responsibility of preparing their children to be able to function. Okay? To function. Kanang sila ra. Okay? Nga sila ra, while at the same time maintaining their own satisfying marital relationship. Okay? So, ang mga bata ani around 6 to 12 years old. So, we have the family or the stage 5, family with adolescent children na anay ka ng mga nagbibinata na mga family. So, mga adolescents. Okay? Ang role sa family ani or ang role sa parents ani is to prepare these adolescents for their own life, okay, for their own life. Maunang we allow the adolescents or the children nga teens, okay, to have more freedom, okay, and then the eldest child is around 12 to 20 years old. Okay? So, i-prepare ang mga bata para maka-create sila og ilahang kaugalingong family. Okay? In stage 6, it's the launching center family. So, it is a stage when children leave to set their own household and appears to represent the breaking of the family. Okay? So, kani siya is magsugod na ang ilahang mga anak og create og ilahang kaugalingong family, and usually ana nga time pwedeng silang mo dili na mo kauban sa ilang magpapa or maglahi na sila kay pwede na siya aning stage 6 or the launching center of the family. Okay, so from daghan og tawo sa isa ka balay, nabili na lang din ang mama na lang og papa. Okay? So, we have the family of medley years. Okay? So, two-parters, a nuclear unit. So, kani is ang mama ug papa na lang ang nasa balay. Okay? From an empty nest to retirement. Okay? And sa stage 8, mo na din ang retirement. Ang mga around 60, 50 baka ha. Okay? So, ang stage 9, paabot na lang sa ilahang kamatayon. Okay? A period from retirement to death of both spouses. Now we have different family health tasks. Okay, so ang family health task, it may differ from family to family. So, a task is kanang kinahanglan nilang buhaton. It is a function, okay? So, naay dapat i-assign or i-demand sa isa ka member, okay? Para ma-accomplish to niya nga task. Now, we have different family health tasks according to Duval and Miller. Okay? So, dapat ma-maintain ang physical maintenance. Okay? Dapat na physical maintenance. Okay? Dapat ma-provide ang basic necessities like food, shelter, clothing, healthcare to each members, being certain that the family has enough resources to provide. Okay? Next is the socialization of the family. So, dili enough nga ma-provide lang ang basic needs. Okay? Dapat i-involve sad nato ang mga bata to live in a community and interact with the people outside the family, to socialize within the members of the community. Okay? Next, we have the allocation of resources. Okay? In the allocation of resources, lantawan nato or we will identify kung unsa dapat ang mga family needs sa kinahanglang i-prioritize nga dapat i-meet or i-attain. Okay? We prioritize the family needs na kinahanglang i-meet. Okay? Immediate ba sila or pwede ba siyag dili sa ma-meet dayon? Okay? Over time. So we have the maintenance of order. Okay, these are different tasks, including the effective means of communication between family members, and i-integrate nato ang family values and enforce common regulation for all family members. Okay, so parehaan ng kung mag-teach ka, okay, kung magtudlo ka, dapat sa sinugdanan pa lang na anay order. Okay? When we say order, dapat mag-set na ka og boundaries or rules daan para sa imuhang classroom. So, parihara pod na siya sa isa ka family. Okay? So, i-integrate ninyo ang good family values and dapat i-enforce to siya. Okay? Para sa tanan. Okay? Para sa tanang family members. Okay? We also have the division of labor. Okay? So, kani siya, ang isa ka member of the family, dapat na sila'y certain roles nga dapat ma-fulfill. Okay? For example, the family provider. Kinsa dapat ang family provider? Kung naay trabaho ang papa, siya dapat ang breadwinner or the family provider. Okay? The home manager. Okay? Pwedeng si mama ang home manager, ang mama ang home manager. Or if bali, kung ang mama ang naitrabaho, pwede ang papa ang mahimong home manager and the mother is the family provider. Depende lang silang setup. Okay? And the children's caregiver. Okay? In the absence of the mother or the father, who will take care of those children nga mga gagmay pa? Okay? So, na ang mga ate, mag-take care sila sa mga bunso or ang mga kuya mag-take care sila sa mga bunso or sa ilahang mga manghod. Next is the reproduction, recruitment, and release of a family member. Okay. So, ang reproduction, pagpadaghan, okay, procreation, mga anak, okay, the recruitment, when we say recruitment is kanang mangita o partner. Okay, dili yun na siya mangita o partner. Para ideal nga partner para sa mga anak, para makabuild pod sila og ilahang maayo nga family pohon. And if that time comes nga they decide to leave the family kay mag-start na sila og ilang kaugalingong family, we release that family member wholeheartedly. Okay? So, we have the placement of members into a larger society. Okay? Parehas sa simbahan, parehas sa eskwelahan, okay? Or sa community. Okay? Dayon, sila na dapat ang magpili kung unsa adto ang ilahang bilion. Okay? So, naa lang ang mga parents para mo-guide sa mga anak. We also have the maintenance of motivation and moral. It's created when members serve as support people to each other. Okay? So, kinsa man atong mas maduulan or dali nga maduulan, ato ang family. If ever natay mga problema, it's our family. Okay? Mobiyaan na ang tanan, pero your family will always be there. Okay? Your parents will always be there. Okay? We have another family health task by Arceli Maglaya. Number 1 is the interruption or recognizing interruption of health development. Now, this is very important, or the interruption of health development is very important. Okay, because this gauge the parents' abilities or capability kung nag-take care ba gyud sila pag-ayo sa ilahang mga family members. Okay, and the parents rather, if they are taking care of their family members, like the children. Okay, so if they recognize that there is an interruption of health development, or for example, na ay sakit, okay, mas dali siyang maagapan. Okay? Now, we have the second, the making decision about seeking health care and to take action. Okay? So, if ever there is an identified interruption of any health development or na mga health deficits, so dapat mag-decide dayon whether or not ipatambal or dili or kinahanglan aksyonan or dili. Okay? Next is dealing effectively with health and non-health situations. Okay? In dealing effectively with health situations, ma-relate pod ni siya whether nakamake na ba og decision ang family about seeking health care. Okay? So, we also provide care to all family members. So, if na-relay na pagtarong sa healthcare providers kung unsa dapat ang buhaton labi na sa mga patients okay after admission okay kanang sa balay na masustain ba sa family kung unsaon pag atiman sa nag-recover pa nga family member. We also have to maintain a home environment conducive to health maintenance. So, kaning mga health task nga nakita ni Maglaya, later on, maapil ni siya sa atuang dapat i-assess. Okay? Naani siya assessment. Dayon from this assessment, maka-create o prioritize health problem. And that prioritized health problem is himuan nato siya og family nursing care plan. Now, we have theoretical approaches to family healthcare or the family APGAR, that is a developmental model according to Duval. So, Duval's developmental framework, it provides us guide to examine and to analyze the basic changes and developmental tasks that is common to most families during their life cycle. Although each family has a unique characteristic normative pattern of sequential development, or let's say, the patterns of sequential development are common to all families. These stages and development tasks illustrate a common family behavior that may be expected at specific times in family cycle. Now, these stages, kanisha, okay, the 8 stages mark the age or this marked by the age of the oldest child. However, some overlapping occurs in the families with several children. So, kaning developmental model ni Duval, it is an excellent guide for assessing and for analyzing planning around basic family tasks and developmental stage. Pero, kani siyang model or this developmental model, it does not include family structure or the physiological aspects, which should be considered in a comprehensive view of a family. So, applicable lang ni siya para sa mga nuclear families with growing children and families who are experiencing health related problems. Okay? So, we have here the beginning families, katong nagsugod pa lang daan. We have basic family task is the health maintenance. Okay? The health maintenance. Now, after that, in the childbearing family, okay, or in the childbearing stage, dapat maka-allocate na ta og enough nga resources para sa tuang growing family. Now, in the families with preschoolers, okay, since preschoolers, pwede na sila matudluan, okay, ginagmayng mga task, labi na sa balay, mga buluhaton sa balay, dapat there is an equal division of labor. Now, in families with school children, okay, so since school children nasa sa eskwelahan, okay, so dapat ma-attain ang basic family task which is a socialization of all the members of the family. Okay? Labi na sa mga bata. Now, in families with teenagers or adolescents, okay, itudlo sa ilaha ang reproduction, okay, recruitment and the release of members. And in lunching with center families, dapat na maintenance of order. And for the middle-aged families, dapat um, we include or we place the members of the family into a larger community. And for the aging families, it's the maintenance of motivation and morale. We also have another family model by Stevenson. Now, this describes the basic tasks and responsibilities of families in 4 stages. Okay? So, si Stevenson, give niya ang family task as maintaining a common household during children in finding satisfying work and leisure. It also includes sustaining appropriate health pattern and provide mutual support and acculturation of the family members. Now, this model is very useful for nuclear families because it examines the psychosocial patterns to specific stage of development. Pero it does not include the family structure, no, nor it addresses the health promotion and health related concern that the family may face. So, according to Stevenson, na ay upat ka family stages or family model stages, we have the emerging families from marriage to 7 to 10 years, or marriage for 7 to 10 years, and its health task is the couples must strive for independence from their parents. Okay, now, keyword here is independence from their parents and to develop a sense of responsibility for family life. Now, after nila ma-develop ang independence sa ilang parents and being able to sense the responsibility of a family life, now we have the health task for the crystallizing family or those family nga na ay adolescent or teenage children. Okay? Now, the health task is to assume responsibility for growth and development of these individual members, especially sa mga bata. Okay? Teenage nga mga children. Okay? And outside the organizations. So, next to that is for the interacting family, children with grown and small grandchildren, nga po na. So, it's the assumption of responsibility for continued survival and enhancement of the nation. For those aging couple, okay, sometimes sila na lang, wala na ilahang mga anak sa ilahang balay. That is considered an actualizing family. It's the assumption of the responsibility for sharing the wisdom, okay? The wisdom of age and reviewing life and putting affairs in order. Now, we have the structural functional model according to Marilyn Friedman, and these are the components. Number one, we have the family composition. It should be effective. Now, by the way, Marilyn Friedman developed the structural functional family model from sociological framework and system theory. So, ang focus ani niya is ang family. Okay, ang focus ani nga model is the family as it interacts with the supra systems in the community. Okay, and with individual family members in the subsystem. So we have here the structural components, the family unit, we have how it is organized, and how the members relate to one another in terms of the values, work communications, we have the role systems and power, while the functional unit, okay, or the functional component refer to the interaction outcomes resulting from a family organizational structure. So, in the all parts of this intimately interrelate and interact. Okay? So ang isa ka component, okay, affected ang isa ka the other affect each component and part. So, ang kanishang model, it provides a broad framework for examining the interactions among family and within the community. So, mo nang we have here the structural component, the family composition, it must be effective, the value systems must be, the physical necessities and the care must be provided for the communication problems. It relates to economics, role structure, it relates to reproductive, and the power structure is a socialization and social placement, and the family coping. We also have another system model from Calgary. Okay, we have this one, It is an integrated conceptual framework for several theories. So, ang naka-base ni siya nga model on three major categories. We have the family structure, we have the function, and the development. Now, each is further subdivided into parts that interacts with others and changes the whole system, the whole family configuration. It is complex, okay, with too many subconcepts for the health worker to explore and focus. So, it can be applied to any type of family with any health-related problems. Okay? Now, we have this, the health as a goal of a family health care. So, mo natin dito ang health deficit, health threat, foreseeable crisis, wellness potential. Okay. Mukhang tag health deficit kung um, it is a present, okay, health problem or advent illness in the family. Okay? Unsa example sa mga health deficit? Hypertension, elevated blood sugar, okay? Naghilanat ang anak, okay? Yubo, na ay mga sakit, that is a health deficit. Okay? For the health threat, these are conditions that make more likely for accidents, disease, or failure to thrive or develop to occur. Okay. Ang health deficit nimo is naana kay nakita nga mga sakit. Okay? Naanay mga signs and symptoms. Naanay kakulangon. Okay? Sa health and wellness. Well, ang health threat, pwede nga wala pa siya ning appear nga health deficit. Okay? Threat pa lang siya. Okay? Naay dako nga possibility nga mahitabo ang mga accidents, mga disease because of this health threat. For the foreseeable crisis, mo ni ato ang i-anticipate nga periods of unusual demand on the family in terms of time and resources. Okay? Examples of foreseeable crisis is kanang karon pandemic. Okay? So, ang daghan ang mga na layoff, okay, or natangtang sa trabaho, that is considered a foreseeable crisis. Okay? What else? Let's say, katong mga nag-work abroad. Okay? Parents ka nag-work abroad. Not all the time na sila sa abroad. With this pandemic, it is considered a foreseeable crisis since daghan sa mga OFWs nato nga nanguli na. Old age, okay? Old age is or can be a foreseeable crisis, especially if working ang parents. Okay, so sa gawas, ang seldom ra kaayo ang magdugay didto nga mag-work, okay, kung tigulang na imong edad. For the wellness potential, this refers to the state of wellness and the likelihood for health maintenance and improvement to occur depending on the desire of the family. So this is somewhat positive compared to the health deficit threat and foreseeable crisis. Now, lastly, or second to the last slide, we have the roles of healthcare provider in the family healthcare. So you as a healthcare provider or nurses as healthcare providers, they are the ones who monitors the health, okay, of the family. Okay? Kung dili man niya ma-monitor dinha dayon immediately ang isa ka family member, at least naa siya ma-delegatan. Okay? Ma-delegatan para mo bantay or mo monitor sa condition sa isa sa family member. Okay? But there should be a constant communication with the delegated care provider and the healthcare provider. We have the provider of care, okay, kung kanang magdaot na, we have the coordinator, the facilitator, the teacher, or as a teacher and as a counselor. And lastly, we have the healthcare process, okay? So, in family health nursing, na dapat magsugod tas data collection. Okay, we use the methods and the tools. So, ang katong methods and mga tools mo katong mag-prioritize ta sa mga problems. Okay, those are examples of methods and tools. And then, out from the data collected, dapat i-analyze nato and we interpret it. So, after interpreting it, okay, mo nang maghimo na dayon taog family nursing care plan. Now, katong family nursing care plan nato that will serve as a guide for implementation and evaluation. Okay? So, for the implementation, kung unsa tong nasa atong family care plan, dapat sundon to siya. And then, later on, if nahuman na ta, evaluate nato if katong giplano nato nga mga plano para sa family is katong mga goals nga dapat natong i-achieve is na meet ba siya or partially met or unmet. Okay, so that is it for the family health nursing.